And now could I have Major Tom Whiteman for the invocation?
Will you join me in prayer? George Washington once said, "The willingness with which young people are likely to serve in any war, no matter how justified, shall be directly proportional to how they perceive the veterans of earlier wars were treated and appreciated by their nation." Today, Father, we ask your presence as we honor this generation of veterans who have witnessed the treatment of their predecessors, some honored, some shunned, and some forgotten. Nonetheless, this generation has said, "Here am I, send me." May they be blessed as we honor them and every generation of veterans with this parade. May the young people near and far be inspired to continued service to this great nation because of what we do here today. We pray this because we know that with God, all things are possible. Amen.
Please remain standing. Now the national anthem will be sung by students from Fort Hays Arts and Academic High School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, but so gallant we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
How about that? Outstanding. And now the Pledge of Allegiance by the Air Force Junior ROTC Cadets at Fort Hays Arts and Academic High School. This is going to blow away.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats, please. For over 30 years, MilVets of Central Ohio has conducted a Veterans Day parade. MilVets' mission is to bring together organizations, military associations, and promote patriotism by conducting public discussion, parades, banquets, and similar events to create and maintain community awareness for the need of a strong national defense. We provide scholarships to ROTC and junior ROTC students and military families. Finally, MilVets is organized to recognize and coordinate contributions to the community by various veteran and active military individual organizations. MilVets has taken 2 community events during which scholarships are awarded. The Armed Forces Day Luncheon and, like today, the Columbus Day Veterans Day Parade. MilVets is a 501(c) nonprofit organization and is governed and operated through a board of trustees. These trustees are chosen based on their interest and support in veteran and military communities of Central Ohio. MilVets operates through donations by sponsors and individuals with similar goals. My name is Pete Rotc, and I'm the current president of MilVets. And I want to say welcome and thank you. Thank you for serving our great country, and welcome to the Veteran Day Parade for 2021 here in Columbus, Ohio. Today, I'd like to recognize a 2021 scholarship winner, Bené Davis. Bené, can you please come up?
Thank you.
Bené is currently a student at Columbus State. His dad was a U.S. Army veteran, and he is qualified as a dependent and has met the requirements for our scholarship. And through meticulous work and hard work at Columbus State, he would like to take on the environmental challenges of our country and go on to clean up America, if you will. So on behalf of all the trustees at MilVets, thank you and congratulations, and we've already forwarded the money over to Columbus State.
Thank you.
This is for you.
Shake your hand right there. Thank you. Awesome.
And it's my pleasure to introduce Bob and Stacia, who are our MCs for today's event. And what's happening is the parade has left Nationwide Boulevard and High Street, and they're making their way down right now High Street. And so we're anticipating them to arrive around the corner about 12 after the hour. So we're just about there, but I want to turn it over to you. And there's a little ad-libbing going on before the parade shows up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pete. Good morning, everyone. Or I guess I should say, good afternoon.
Great to see you all out here. Nice that the weather has cooperated and such. Last year we had a little bit of a delay for the parade because some of the veterans had to visit the restroom before we kicked off, but I think everybody's left on time today, and we are expecting our first vehicles around the corner here any moment now. I want to thank our supporters here this afternoon. Without their support, of course, it would be very difficult for us to have the parade, if not impossible. The City of Columbus, first and foremost here, also the Franklin County Commissioners, Fast Signs, the Columbus Police, thank you for being here today, and nationwide as well, J.P. Morgan Chase, Huntington, and the National Veterans Memorial and Museum, and QFM 96.
We definitely appreciate all of our sponsors, and we appreciate all of you for being here today as well. It's so good to be back in person celebrating our veterans and the wonderful patriotism of this community. Of course, we enjoyed the flyover at noon. Today's flyover performed by members of the 179th Air Wing out of Mansfield, Ohio. The 179th provides tactical airlift capabilities to both domestic and expeditionary missions utilizing the C-130 Hercules airframe. The unit fulfills an airlift mission by transporting personnel and cargo throughout the United States and the world.
We should point out the names of the crew who are aboard the plane you just saw fly over. Colonel Darren Hamilton was the commander, Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Dudley, the pilot, Major Wayne Walker, the pilot, Captain Alex Berger, the pilot, Major Matthew Crow, navigator, Master Sergeant William Klotzbach, the flight engineer. My dad was a flight engineer once in a bomber. Master Sergeant Chris Brandel was the load master, and Staff Sergeant Jarrett Tector, load master as well. Thanks again to the crew of the plane today.
Now, in addition, the 179th Airlift Wing participates in disaster relief efforts and other domestic emergencies as required. The 179th Airlift Wing has approximately 1,200 members and is under the leadership of Colonel Todd K. Thomas and Chief Master Sergeant Todd Hunt. All right, so we are hearing the music and we are seeing the beginning of the Milvets Columbus Veterans Day Parade. We're so glad you're here as our parade begins.
Give it up for the Columbus Police Department here today. Lieutenant Mark Dopp of CPD right now, helping to lead the way and escort our veterans today. Thanks again to CPD for helping to make this a safe and successful event, and for getting everyone here on time.
And our Milvets banner carried by U.S. Air Force JROTC from Columbus Fort Hays High School. Thank you, Major Ben Klepek, and students Fort Hays Art and Academic High School, Air Force JROTC.
What you're listening to here is the Columbus Division of Police's Honor Guard and Police and Fire Pipes and Drum Band. Always impressive. This Honor Guard is the official representation of the CPD at ceremonies, all law enforcement and military functions, to include line of duty, death, funerals, and funeral services for active and retired members of the division. Please give them a round of applause, and we'll listen in as the Honor Guard from CPD and Fire passes by. Thanks again for keeping our streets clean.
Once again today, the Honor Guard, accompanied by the Columbus Police and Fire Pipes and Drum Band. And our first float making its way around the corner. Thank you and welcome home to our veterans from Operation Enduring Freedom, Operations Iraqi Freedom, and Operation New Dawn, including U.S. Army Sergeant Christina Helm, who was a combat medic, Sergeant First Class Lee Degas, Chief of Staff, Operations NCO, Ohio Army National Guard, and Sergeant First Class Robert J. McBride, Jr., Sergeant First Class, currently serving in the Ohio Army National Guard. And our Grand Marshal, Colonel William Butler, retired U.S. Army. Colonel Butler arrived to the museum after 27 years of service in the U.S. Army as a career infantry officer and an additional 2 years as a senior Department of the Army civilian. His service took him all over the world, including 3 combat deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan. As the Chief of Staff, he prioritizes, coordinates, and synchronizes the efforts of the staff to achieve the short and long-term goals and missions of the museum. President and CEO. Joining him today are the staff, volunteers, and veterans from the National Veterans Memorial and Museum.
And what a treasure they have become in our community here in such a short space of time. It's so great to see everyone from the National Vets Memorial and Museum. And we do appreciate their continued good work for all of us, including veterans, of course.
Now, each of these cars today carrying veterans who fought for their country, today we say thank you from a grateful nation. Beginning with our World War II veterans, More than 75 years after Staff Sergeant Lawrence Macaulay participated in D-Day, he received the nation of France's most prestigious order, the Legion of Honor. The World War II Army Veterans Tour of Duty saw him storm the beaches of Normandy on D-Day and fight in the Battle of the Bulge. On April 11, 1945, his battalion, the 9th Armored Infantry Battalion, arrived at the Buchenwald concentration camp and liberated those who were held there. After the war, he returned to Ohio to attend OSU with the GI Bill, met his wife, Mary, and raised a family while becoming a successful banker. Thank you for your service.
Next up is our Korean War veteran today. Edward Rotc was born in 1927. He grew up in a coal mine town, Bobtown, Pennsylvania. After high school, he enlisted in the U.S. Army, served stateside in 1945, went to Eastern Kentucky University on a Reserve Officer Training Corps scholarship, and was an All-American running back on the football team. He entered the U.S. Army again, this time as a second lieutenant, and attended artillery school. He reported to South Korea in 1952, the summer of that year, and saw combat during the Battle of White Horse as a forward observer for an infantry battalion. During the 10-day battle, the key terrain would change hands 24 times after repeated attacks and counterattacks for its possession. Captain Rotc departed the Army in 1953 and began a career as a school teacher. He served as a teacher and administrator for over 30 years in the Southwest City schools here in Columbus. He is married and has 4 children, including one Pete. Thank you for your service, Bob. All right.
Our Vietnam War veterans, Dave Cooper served in the United States Air Force from 1964 to 1968. 3 years at McChord Air Force Base in Tacoma, Washington. 1 year in Vietnam. Dave and his wife, Chris, married for 40 years, owned the Inkwell of Columbus for 22 years. They have 3 children, 5 grandchildren, a member of the VFW for 36 years, American Legion, and the DAV. Dave was inducted into the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame class of 2014. Thank you, Dave, for your service. And Ralph Smith served in the United States Army from 1968 to 1970 as a quartermaster. He serves as the assistant quartermaster for the veterans of foreign wars post 7883 in Westerville, Ohio. Ralph has 4 living children and 5 grandchildren. He works for the MASH Pantry in Grove City and has been with them since 2016. Thank you, Ralph, for your service.
Alan Briggs served in the United States Air Force from 1984 to 94. He served with the 23rd Tactical Fighter Wing, the Flying Tigers. He's a past all-state commander of VFW Post 7883 in Westerville. Alan was inducted into the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame class of 2015. And Pat Tracy served in the United States Navy from 1976 to when he retired in 96. He is the chaplain for the Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 7883 in Westerville. Pat is married to a former Navy nurse and is the father of 3 sons.
Thank you to our Persian Gulf Desert Storm veterans today. And now our Operation Enduring Freedom veterans. Gretchen Klingler served for 6 years in the United States Air Force and deployed twice in support of Operation Enduring Freedom and the global war on terrorism. She currently works as the Veterans Outreach Manager for the U.S. Global Leadership Coalition and continues to serve the Ohio veteran community as a member of the VFW, American Legion, and AMVETS. Let's see. Right here, our car in honor of our missing and prisoners of war. We also want to thank Andrew Tompkins, a 1999 graduate of the United States Military Academy, served in the U.S. Army from 1999 to 2006, also representing Operation Enduring Freedom.
Say hello to the Wesley Ridge retirement community here. The men on this bus not only represent Wesley Ridge retirement community of Reynoldsburg, they also represent the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. They also represent World War II and Korean veterans.
And Fox Run Senior Living. Residents include several proud U.S. Air Force veterans: Jim Parrish, Marvin Barnhart, Terry Ayers, Donald Thompson, and Dale Taft. And now welcome the Waverly High School Marching Band. The Waverly High School Marching Band, under the direction of Zach Ross, Tom Patterson, and Steve Lumber. This is the 25th performance for the Waverly High School Marching Band at the Columbus Veterans Day Parade. The Waverly Band has had recent performances at Cedar Point and Walt Disney World.
All right, thank you, Waverly High School, for taking the road north here today to join us at the Millvets Parade. Now, up next is the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections Military Honor Guard and Military Peer Support Unit. And the Combat Vets Motorcycle Association. All made up of combat vets who ride Harleys as a hobby. They raise money and donate to various veterans charities. The motto is Veterans Helping Veterans, and that's what they do.
And they brought us a snack. Did you take that from your kids from Halloween?
Nice.
Oh, Bob, your favorite Smarties. Please welcome Centennial High School Marching Band and cheerleaders. The Centennial Stars Marching Band and cheerleaders, under the direction of Mr. Danny Gleick, Senior Twirler Anna Sorg. The Stars Band is honored to play in the annual Veterans Day Parade and want to thank all of those who have served.
Something that Stacia and I hold dear to our hearts is this group, Honor Flight Columbus. Welcome home after a great flight yesterday, final one of the season. Honor Flight takes veterans to see their memorials in Washington, D.C. in a day that is a highlight of their lives. And again, very proud to have them in our community for so many years, and nice to have them back after a successful Honor Flight to D.C. yesterday. Thanks, guys.
Disabled American Veterans Chapter 3 and State Commander. Capital City Chapter 3 of Columbus, actively involved with helping veterans, donating equipment, power chairs, scooters, and wheelchairs to veterans and their families. Chapter members volunteer at local Golden Corral restaurants to raise money for the Golden Corral Camp for Kids program, which helps send kids of military families to a special camp just for them. Also present is Jim Castor, Ohio State Commander for the Disabled American Veterans, and a past member of Millvets.
Next up is Accenture. That's a global professional services company with leading capabilities in digital, cloud, and security, combining unmatched experience and specialized skills across more than 40 industries. They offer strategy and consulting, interactive technology, and operations services, all powered by the world's largest network of advanced technology. Thanks again to Accenture for being here today. Accenture supports veterans and the military through its military employee group, which plans events and organizes fundraisers across the country.
And Huntington with us today. More than 150 years since Huntington Bank was founded. Since then, it's grown into one of the largest, most respected banks in the Midwest with $175 billion in assets and a network of branches and ATMs across 10 states. And pens, lots of pens. At Huntington, they value and support our men and women in uniform, U.S. military veterans, active service members, and members of the Guard and Reserve.
And here's a group that's near and dear to my heart. Hey, Lori, good to see you all. Mont's Military Museum and their historic vehicles, the jewel of Groveport, as I like to call it here. They educate, they organize, they preserve, they protect, and display the items and, above all, the stories of the brave men and women who have served this great country. If you've... Hey, Ed. Good to see you. Good to see you, guys. Love Mont's Military Museum. Where's the boss today? Okay. Okay.
Next up in our parade today, please welcome Briggs Bruins Marching Band. Representing the pride of Briggs High School, under the direction of Mr. Corey Stevens. The band plays at football games and events around the city. So glad to have you with us today. Our Ohio U.S. Navy Reserve veterans, United States Navy Reserve shipmates from the great state of Ohio. They served together in Atlantic Intelligence Command 1081 at the Naval Air Reserve Center in Columbus. They're riding in a World War II 1945 MB Jeep.
How nice is that? The American Legion. American Legion Department of Ohio is a veterans service organization that serves the community through their 4 pillars: Veterans Affairs and Rehabilitation, Americanism, National Security, and Children and Youth. Membership is open to all honorably discharged veterans. No veteran left behind.
The Jewish War Veterans of the United States of America, the oldest veterans organization in the nation, now proudly celebrating the 125th anniversary of its founding. Herbert Greff, past National Commander, and Saul Lobb, Capitol Post 122 Commander.
And arriving in style in their Lincoln is the Marines and Navy members of the Marine Corps League Detachment Number 508 and the Fallen 15, a nonprofit dedicated to enriching the lives of and having a lasting impact on the veterans and survivors community.
Please welcome the Whetstone High School Marching Band. The band, led by Senior Drum Major Daniel Johnson Brewer. To honor our veterans, the band performs the Armed Forces Salute. Next up, the City of Columbus. Thank you to the men and women veterans who continue to serve their community after their military service has ended. They continue to serve our community.
AMVETS is open to and fighting for all who honorably served in the United States military, including the Reserve and Guard. With more than 250,000 members nationwide, AMVETS is veterans serving veterans. It's gone.
cute.
His ears are permanently.
We want to welcome now the VFW Department of Ohio Veterans of Foreign Wars, Department of Ohio State Commander James Hordinsky.
And Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide on your side here. They're all members of the Military Associate Resource Group. This group provides resources, networking, and support for veterans, reserve, and guard service members and families. Nationwide with a strong history of hiring veterans and supporting the National Veterans Memorial and Museum.
American Legion 797 and Veteran of Foreign Wars 4719 Gahanna Honor Guard. The combined Honor Guard of the American Legion Post 797 and VFW Post 4719 of Gahanna. Please welcome the 122nd Army Band of the Ohio National Guard. Since 1944, the Ohio National Guard's 122nd Army Band has been a staple of the musical tradition of the United States military in Ohio. Members of the unit hail from every corner of the state, plus a few from other states, and are charged with carrying out the mission of strengthening troop morale and building a positive connection between the public and the Ohio National Guard.
And say hello to the 121st Refueling Wing Unit, always ready to deliver citizen airmen to meet the demands to our communities, state, and nation, wherever and whenever needed. The unit accomplishes the mission without fail by ensuring that every airman, as well as their family, is mentally, physically, and emotionally prepared to provide combat air power in a contested battle space, based, of course, out of Rickenbacker.
And members of the 37th Infantry Brigade Combat Team, the 16th Engineer Brigade, and the 371st Sustainment Brigade. We appreciate you being here with us today. Next up, Fort Hays Art and Academic High School Air Force JROTC, OH 87, 871st, the remarkable Fort Hays Arts and Academic High School Air Force Junior Rotc. They'd also carry the lead banner for the parade and lead the Pledge of Allegiance to start the parade. These cadets are the future leaders of Columbus.
And here come the Lions now. Bexley High School Band under the direction of Andy Johnson and Logan Pelfrey. They recently performed at the USS Arizona in Honolulu, Hawaii at Pearl Harbor.
I love a drum line. Please welcome Westland High School Air Force JROTC, one of the original 20 junior ROTC units in the USA, established in 1966. It was the first JROTC unit in Ohio.
JP Morgan Chase up next, celebrating 10 years of providing transformative opportunities for veterans and their families, resulting in positive, life-changing results. Now, more than ever, we're committed to honoring those who have served and supporting their long-term personal success and financial confidence. Through our programs and initiatives, our goal is to position military members, veterans, and their families to thrive in their post-service lives. Thanks again to Chase.
mission. I don't see that one. Where am I? Is that this? All right. The Ohio Dominican University Marching Panther Band, established in 2006. They perform at all home football games, several basketball games, as well as local festivals and parades. In Columbus South, Army JROTC, led by Senior Army Instructor Lieutenant Colonel Allman and Army Instructor Master Sergeant Zumek, and Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Joel Morin and Command Sergeant Major Elizabeth Portlatain. And for the U.S. Navy, Navy Talent Acquisition Group, Ohio River Valley, the Navy Recruiting Command, recruiting the world's finest men and women.
Go Navy!
Ooh, that wind is going.
Yeah, it's picking up.
Ooh.
Now taking center stage at Broad and High, West High School's JROTC and band. Please welcome West High School here, led by Cadet Battalion Commander LTC Kelly and Cadet XO Major Hoffman. Also known as the Cowboy Battalion and the West High School Marching Cowboy Band, as they honor all veterans.
High School with us. Coming through, we appreciate you being here with us today. And now we're bringing in West High School. Please welcome the West High School Army JROTC, led by Cadet Battalion Commander Lieutenant Kelly and Cadet now Major Hoffman, also known as the Cowboy Battalion, and the West High School Marching Cowboy Band, as they honor all of the veterans of this country.
This year, the Franklin County Auditor's Office is marching in memory of Shara Shea Anthony. Shea passed away in April, was a proud U.S. Army veteran, and served as an automated logistics specialist at Fort Riley. The Franklin County Auditor, Michael Cinziano's staff, honoring us with their presence here today at the Veterans Day Parade. Cornell. And also from your county government now, please welcome the Franklin County Engineer, Cornell Robertson. Cornell and his team would like to thank our veterans, including those who continue to serve their community as members of the Franklin County Engineers Office. Hey, Cornell.
And entering the intersection, CODA, Central Ohio Transit Authority, proud to honor their employees who have served and continue to serve in the United States Armed Forces.
There was one thing that floated by. I never saw anything here. So maybe east?
Gonna thank the sponsors again while we wait.
Now, that's a city bus. Yeah.
Okay, so that is east, so we are right about that.
That east?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard that. Oh, yeah. And their famous orange.
There we go.
Now, welcome the famous Mighty Marching Tigers of East High School.
again, the mighty marching band from Columbus East High School. Drum line. Oh, that drum line. Woo! Please welcome Grandview Heights Police with us today to protect and serve.
J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is a veteran-owned and operated business serving the greater Columbus area. Owner Sergeant First Class retired Robert Williams served 23 years in the U.S. Army, deployed for both the Gulf War and Operation Iraqi Freedom. Co-owner Major retired Lily Williams served 21 years in the U.S. Army, mobilized for Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation Enduring Freedom, and deployed to Africa for Operation Noble Eagle.
Alibaba Temple number 53 Mini Car Patrol led by Captain Charles G. Smith of Columbus. Established in 1893, its members are dedicated to the principle of fostering civic, economic, and educational development programs. The Alibaba 53 Shrine Temple Mini Car Patrol. Wow, they can move. Do you see how they waited? They waited and then they just zoom on in. Thank you. Don't even say it. Okay, this
No.
Sherrod Brown?
Yeah, it might be.
I can't tell.
Should be the officer, sure.
I can't see. Veterans Health, Ohio? Veteran Health, Ohio thanks our veterans.
Eastmore. All right, please welcome in from Whitehall, Eastmore Academy's Marching Warriors and Warriorettes. Under the direction of Mr. Bill Compton, and the Warriorettes are directed by Tess Stanley and Shikari Lacey.
Thank you, Eastmore Academy, Marching Warriors and Warriorettes. Now bringing in the Scioto Model A Ford Club, Columbus, Ohio, with numerous members being proud military veterans. Thank you, Eastmore Academy, Marching Warriors and Warriorettes, Scioto Model A Ford Club, bringing in the celebration of our veterans with numerous members of theirs being proud military veterans. I read this one so Bob can look at the cars.
Oh, Henry Ford, we salute you. Great job, guys. Magnificent examples of the Ford Model A and other models. Nice. Nice. These cars go for a song now. There's absolutely no interest in them. It's like my phonographs. No interest in them at all. It's incredible. Nice.
Hello and thank you to the Scioto Model A Ford Club.
Sweet. That's your first year. Second year, I should say.
That's not Model A.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
No, I mean like the next one
That's
coming?
40s. That's 40s. It's got a little two-seat roadster, a little rumble seat.
Look at the uniform!
Oh, we're driving.
Oh.
So we're still on the Electric Club?
Here.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, listen, that's great. It's straight out of the 40.
I love it.
All right, thanks, guys. Awesome. There you go. Nice.
Once again, a huge thank you to our partners and supporters today, the City of Columbus, Franklin County Commissioners, Fast Signs, Columbus Police, Nationwide, JP Morgan Chase, Huntington, the National Veterans Memorial Museum, and QFM 96. Also today, Nice Source, Columbia Gas, honoring our veterans and their families, serving those who served. Now joining us today in the intersection, Mifflin High School Marching Punchers, directed by Brad Walsh and Ebony McIntosh.
Zeta Phi Beta sorority and the Sigma Iota Zeta chapter, an internationally historically African-American sorority founded in 1920 by 5 women from Howard University who envisioned a sorority that would raise the consciousness of their people, encourage the highest standards of scholastic achievement, and foster a greater sense of unity among its members. Thanks for joining us here today, ladies.
The Ohio History Connection, the state's nonprofit history partner, headquartered at the Ohio History Center on 17th Avenue here in Columbus. They're here to honor the service of our military veterans, past and present. Joining them today are military reenactors, as well as retired Air Force Colonel Tom Moe, a Silver Star recipient and POW during Vietnam.
Where's Tom? Let's see. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Didn't recognize him there. Up next, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Proudly supporting all of our veterans marching in the parade today. The Jackets include military veterans from the Nationwide Arena Guest Services, staff members of the CBJ promo team, and everyone's favorite mascot, Stinger.
Fast Signs of Columbus. Mike Thatcher and his team at Fast Signs, responsible for many of the amazing signs you see here today. Milvets is grateful for that support. Beechcroft High School Marching Band and Cougar Cadet Drill Team. Beechcroft High School Cougar Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Jason Wire and Assistant Band Director Mr. Mike Moncrief, led by Band President Tiwa Aderiran. The Cougar Cadet Drill Team under the direction of Mr. Mike Moncrief and Mrs. Amonye Page.
All right, when not playing iconic rock, QFM 96 is raising funds and awareness for veterans. Tune in to 96.3 to hear their Red, White, and Q Radiothon, raising money right now and awareness for Central Ohio charities that support veterans, active duty military, first responders, and their families.
Turner Construction Company joining us now, here to honor, support, and connect with military members, veterans, and their families by making a home for veterans where they can keep their identity and honor construction a better place, empowered to use their skills and experiences to make it happen.
And hello to Swisher & Sons Creative Paints and the American Legion, 12th District. Hi, kids. Hi, guys.
McKinley Marching Band. Joining us now, unstoppable, mighty marching Panthers, located in the Moorclouds-Linden area. They have placed first in the Columbus Classic High School Battle, placed first in the Columbus Classic High School Battle of the Bands, as well as the Cleveland High School Battle of the Bands this year alone. Please welcome the Linden McKinley Unstoppable Mighty Marching Panthers.
That's tight. And here they are, Santa and Mrs. Claus. A reminder that Toys for Tots is coming up with the Marines Reserve Lima Company, helping us at ABC6 to collect toys for Tots again this year. And Santa and Mrs. Claus join us in honoring veterans and kicking off the holiday season with everyone's favorite elves, the U.S. Marines.
Bob says he's been nice. Thank you all so much for being here today. Milvets of Central Ohio would like to thank everyone for your support of our veterans and their families. Please remember our veterans on the National Veterans Day observance, November 11th, next week. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service to our community long after you take off the uniform. Happy Veterans Week here in Columbus.